Hello everyone! Another live letter has come and gone. And if you like me and understand about 10 words in Japanese, you maybe don't want to watch the entire thing. But you do want to know what is coming in the upcoming patches. So in this video I'm going to show you the slideshow the developer showed us during the live letter and tell you what is coming in patch 6.38 and 6.4, at least as far as we know so far. So let's start with 6.38. It is releasing on Tuesday, April 4th, so in 4 days from now. In this patch, the Pandemonium Abyssos Savage version weekly restriction will be removed. They are also going to be adjusting some PvP actions, and we're going to start the new Crystalline Conflict season, which will be season number 6. And good news, North America, your data center is having some hardware replacements. So hopefully things should work better. But here's the big thing. Patch 6.4. The Dark Throne is coming sometimes late May 2023. So it's not a long time for us to wait. And this patch is bringing a lot of content with us. Of course, as we could all expect, we are getting a new main scenario quest. This time around, we seem to be going to Sierleyan and meeting some good friends over there. A very familiar Gleaner, and of course our little Lalafell friend. And of course we are also traveling on with Zero. This is going to be a continuation on Zero's story and our story Into the Void, which probably will be ending in a big fancy trial, which we will see a little bit later on. On the side quest side, we are getting another Tadros grand endeavor, and this time we seem to be bothering Gaius. Though I think he's going to be thrilled to see us. I for one am most excited to figure out what thing we're bringing back this time for Tadros' necklace. And also, are we getting a nice reward? Because last reward was absolutely lovely. We are also getting somehow even further Hildebrand adventures, which is probably not a surprise as we need to finish those to upgrade our weapon. It seems our ever-returning enemy is coming back. And maybe our alien friend is either having a nap or something has happened. Following the Mandeville questline, we will be able to unlock even further Mandeville weapons. So yet another upgrade, and I'm hoping it's gonna have like a little bit of a grind with it. It doesn't have to be a lot of grind. I hope it's not another instance of getting like 3 things from the lady, and that's just gonna upgrade the weapon. I mean, it does make upgrading the weapons really fast, but at the same time, it doesn't feel as rewarding. But we do have a screenshot from the quest line with our favorite Mandeville man and poor Geralt looking disappointed even from the back. We are also getting an update to our Splendorous tools, and it was kind of funny as the developers were laughing quite a bit about the contrast between Geralt and his first counterpart. Who seems to be maybe about to propose? It is absolutely fascinating how different those two men are, and not just in the amount of hair. Connected to the Splendorous tools, they also showed this image. Sadly, I don't speak Japanese, and I don't know what it is. Based on the size of it, I think this might be a new minion, and it looks cute as a button. Now, of course, we're getting a new dungeon, which we're probably opening during the questline. This is the Ether Font, and based on the architecture we see, this looks very Sierleyan. Also, look at the polar bears. Aren't they just adorable? My favorite are these guys here in the back. I mean, they are kind of blurry in the picture, but it kind of looks like they're doing like a hand tappy game. It's so cute. Then we have another absolutely stunning photo of it. They really go all out with the environments in this game. Every dungeon just manages to blow my mind. Now we're also getting a new trial, which is of course going to be the culmination of the 6.4 questline because we're fighting Golbus. I think everybody kind of figured we would be fighting Golbus. We've killed all of his elemental lords. So, well, there's nobody left really, except him. The trial is named the Voidcast Days, and there's also going to be an extreme version of it. And talking about trials, we are also getting a new Unreal trial. This time it's going to be Containment Bay Set 1T9. And I see a lot of suffering in my future with this one. And of course, with every big patch, we get some raid updates. This time, we are going back to Pandemonium. Anabasios. It's the name this time. I think I pronounced it right. I am not sure. We of course are getting both the regular version and a Savage version. Make note, the Savage version will release 1 week after patch 6.4 comes out. But gosh, doesn't it look beautiful? It looks like we are actually fighting more in the ether. It kind of feels like we're going to go outside the Pandemonium facility this time. And it looks so pretty. We're also getting a new variant and criterion dungeon, which is called Mount Rockon. It's gonna have 3-level difficulty, normal, criterion, and criterion savage. And you don't have to complete the Sildin Subterranean to unlock it, but if you're curious about a deep dive into the Sildin Subterranean, I do have a whole video on it, where I cover all the story that happens there. This time, it looks like the dungeon is somewhere in the Far East, and looking absolutely stunning. I am excited to see how many paths we're gonna get this time. I would not be surprised if it's gonna be 12 paths again. I think it's gonna be fun going back into a variant dungeon, but this time in a new environment, and I think I'm gonna enjoy this environment quite a bit more than the Sildin Subterranean. Now, for those of you who don't like playing with other people, and that is perfectly valid, now you can finish all of the Stormblood release MSQ on your own, as they have added duty support for the Siren Song Sea, the Bartam's Metal, Doma Castle, Castor Mabania, and Alamigo. We can expect to see duty support come for the patches in, well, future patches. I do love though that somebody's just having so much fun taking the screenshots for this. They dress the Warrior of Light up and everything, and it is just precious. Also, I think it's going to be fun going back through them and seeing if we have any unique interactions or dialogue from the NPCs. Now, some of you might be afraid, some of you might be overjoyed. I am just hoping they're gonna buff my dancer. They are doing some job adjustments both for PvE and PvP, but they don't say what it's gonna be, not yet. We will probably see when the patch website comes out, otherwise in the patch notes. But for you who are PvP inclined, there are some big updates coming. First of all, PvP Series 4 is beginning, and Season 7 of the Crystalline Conflict. So if you have not finished all of your milestones, like me, you might want to get this sorted out before the end of May. But there are also going to be some adjustments to the front lines. There is a new UI element displaying match time and score coming in. There is going to be some rule adjustment to the Field of Glory. And the Borderland Ruins are going to be temporarily unavailable. I guess because they are adjusting them. And for those who love the Blue Mage, it is time to celebrate, because the level cap is being raised from 70 to 80, which adds new spells and new Blue Mage exclusive gear, and of course, new enemies added to the Masked Carnival. And can we just all agree that this outfit looks dashing? This is the most Blue Magiest of Blue Mage outfits, and I love it. And the new spells look amazing. And if the spells are really strong, they might actually change up some things during the Moogle farming. Those of you who like ocean fishing, there is also an update for you. There is a new route coming in which is going to go towards Kugane. Which means you're going to be chilling just right outside the city, which I think is kind of funny. But you're also going to get a lovely view of heaven on high. I think this is going to be nice. We haven't had a new route for a while. Though I am curious where the third stop is going to be. Maybe we're going to get a nice view of the Doma Castle. Now, Island Sanctuary is getting a big update this patch. First of all, we are getting new Sanctuary ranks and visions. We are getting new gathering area in the wild and new construction plots in the hideaway. We are also getting Siggy, I believe, as a new rare thing to collect. But with these updates, we're going to get some new rewards, new materials, new craftable items, crops, animals, which seems to include Siggy, and Islework Handicraft, and new structures. And one of the structures is a clock tower. And it looks so cool. I don't know where I'm going to place this on my island. I really need to work on my island more. Mine is woefully behind, but this looks so neat. Another thing that's happening is we are finally able to place our own furniture in our hideaway. This is going to be outdoor furnishing only, and it's going to be able to be placed near the structures. So it's probably going to be around the main hub area. We can get maximum of 90 slots at the moment, which can be unlocked as you progress through your island sanctuary. And you can place any outside furniture except those with like really special features like striking dummies and gardens. The striking dummies make sense because you can't fight on the island. They probably don't want us shoving down like a bunch of gardening plots down there just to grow all sorts of very expensive things. And I think it's gonna look really lovely. This is gonna make it much more fun to go visit your friends' island sanctuaries because they're gonna be more unique. Everybody so far has had, the basic same structures, so everything looks the same. It's just kind of plopped down in different areas. But this is gonna allow you to make your island sanctuary truly unique, which is gonna make it so much more fun to visit. I am excited to see somebody try to make a horror island sanctuary. Somebody's gonna do it, I am sure of it, and it may be one of my friends. And then we go to more of a miscellaneous updates. They are adding in the elegant tombstones of comedy, and they're increasing the maximum number of gear sets to 100. You will get the full amount of gear sets from the start, so you could technically jump in as a fresh level 1 character and make 100 gear sets if you are so inclined. I don't know why you would, but you can do it. They're also putting a small update in chat logs and alliance icons. Now a person's job icon is going to be shown in the chat log when you are in parties or the alliance raids. And I think this is going to be really nice because sometimes you're in a dungeon and you have a really nice person, but you don't quite know which of the players it is. The super helpful person is actually our ninja, so I'm going to give them a commendation later. They will also be adding a toggle on the market board, which allows us to incorporate the transaction fee of an item being sold into the total price of it. I think this is going to be really handy because sometimes I'm trying to buy something when I am really broke because I've been spending my money on a lot of silly things, and I realize I can't buy it even though I think I can buy it because I can't pay the tax on it. So this is going to be really handy. Now, one exciting one is glasses and wing fashion accessories will now display when engaged in battle in the overworld. You still can't wear them into instanced areas, but now if you're going out, fighting in the Fates, or just doing whatever, you can still wear them, which is going to be very exciting. We're going to see so many winged people around. I, for one, would like to be able to wear glasses everywhere because I do wear glasses pretty much all the time in real life, except when I'm streaming or recording. And that's just because the green screen doesn't like them. Now they're adding a tiny quality of life improvement for the glamour stuff. If you go to your inn when you're putting on a glamour, you will have access to both the armory and the glamour dresser from the basic glamour menu while you're in the inn. It's gonna help you not having to like dig through your armory or your glamour dresser to find things. For me, it's gonna be very handy because I tend to forget I have an armor and all the things I have in there. So that's gonna be really handy. Now I just wish they could add this outside the inn. And the final update we get is for you scholars. There are gonna be new fairy glamours available. You can now select from Io, Celine, or a carbuncle if you're not very fond of the fairies. I'm guessing this means they're gonna put the summoning into like a single button, and you will probably be able to change which summoning you have, the same way the summoner can change the color of the carbuncle. And that is the live letter. That was a lot of things, 52 slides in total. If you liked this overview, found it helpful, then please like the video, subscribe, do all the good YouTube stuff. I release Final Fantasy XIV lore or other content every weekend. And if you know somebody who would like to learn more about the live letter, but is not keen to watch all of it, share this with a friend or your FC. It would make you the most amazing warrior of light. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.